How's it going, folks? Big T here, and today we're playing Everquest. For those of you that don't know what Everquest is, get ready for a history lesson. For those of you that's heard of Everquest and are thinking, oh wow, they released a new one, no, this is the same one that got released almost 20 years ago. So why am I playing Everquest of all things? Because I'm wanting to do a little like retrospect evaluation of the game 20 years later. The game got released in 1999 and I actually played it back in 99, and I played it for quite a few years, so I'm going to be telling stories. This is actually me trying to capture footage just for the retrospect that I'm wanting to do, but this is going to be raw footage. You'll probably hear me telling stories and talking about different things from the game during this, but you know, if you just want the bare basics, well, then you're going to have to wait, because right now this is what you get. And oh man, this game has... These were cutting edge graphics 20 years ago. I mean, actually this is the updated graphics, believe it or not. I'll have to check the year, but once upon a time they released a expansion, Scars, no, what the hell was it? Shadows of... You could go to the moon, and it was probably the biggest graphic update, but the problem is since it's such an old engine and they didn't want to mess with the mechanics of the game, they just updated the character models, and this is the updated models, if you can believe that. So I'm playing on the Verona Ve server, so being able to speak Elvish is super important. I'll go into that later. But of the original races, you could pick a barbarian, a dark elf, a dwarf, an erudite, which was basically a super smart human, a gnome, a half elf, a halfling, or a hobbit, high elf, which was a super smart elf, human, just your run-of-the-mill character. Ixcar, they got released later in the first expansion, Ruins of Kunark, and they were pretty cool. They actually came with their own continent. The game has 24 expansions now, if you can believe that, but I guess over 20 years. Ogre, Troll, Valshir, they got released with the wish I could think of it, but they got released with the updated graphics. Wood Elf, just your typical Lord of the Rings elf. Froglock, they got released with the something of a Kashia expansion. They're basically buttholes before then. Draken, they got released later in it too. I don't remember the expansions. It's been way too long since I've played this. But of the classes you can play, I don't think this changes them other than a little bit of their... Yeah. You can play a bard, which, you go around playing music. Beast Lord, you actually get a little pet that follows you around depending on what race you pick. Berserker, Cleric, Druid, Enchanter, a Magician, a Monk, Necromancer, Paladin, Ranger, Rogue, Shadow Knight, Shaman, Warrior, Wizard. Since we're just... Oh my god, he's goofy looking. Wow, you have to start out in Crescent Reach? That's messed up. Okay, we can't have him be that goofy looking. Oh yeah, a little bit of pencil thin mustache going on. And hair's okay. So I mean, the choices for your customization were pretty small at the time. Thank you. Ah. Yeah, good enough. But back in '99, this was, you know, the most amazing thing ever. I don't know if I'll even let me pick BigT. Oh yeah, and then you had strength, how hard can you hit, dexterity, you know, the agility, stamina, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. All were pretty basic. And I hate that I have to start there. So let's enter. And rejected. This will probably be edited. BigT hop. Hey! "20 years later and they still haven't fixed up the load times." Now I forget when this tutorial was added, but originally there was no tutorial. You were just dropped in the world and it was, you know, best of luck. Oh wow, they even have a story now? Voice acting? Nope. Okay, I'm too lazy to do the thing. But yeah, you were just dropped into the world and, you know, good luck figuring it out. Now, granted, at the time, there was a ton of websites dedicated to Everquest. Everything from EQ Atlas to Alakazam to what was it? It's like Caster's Corner or something like that. There was just an insane amount, and I think I may have crashed. Oh, maybe not. Okay, I'm back. You regain conscious. Begin EQ. Okay. Hang to your feet. Okay, when you're ready. Dude, I have no clue what this stuff is. Okay, it's not gonna let me move that. Okay, wasp. What's up, buddy? Alright, this is an NBC targeting. Okay. Eyes wide open. What the? Hey, old buddy. Back in the day, we did not have any. Like, this is a quest NPC. You can tell because you have to hail him, which means you had to go up, say hi before they'd even tell you if they have a quest. And sometimes, even to hailing them, didn't get you the quest. It would be a case of you just had to run around and hope you could figure it out. Fine, okay. Don't have anything. And really in-depth combat here, you go up and you press attack. And that was it. What in the world? Wow, I've already leveled up. Now, hold on one sec, my cat wants in. No, not right now. Ow. Play. That's what I was looking for. Passive ability increases extended target window by 8 slots. Now they've changed a lot of the game since I've played. So this is kind of a learning experience for me too, folks. Okay, probably blah blah blah. Hey buddy. Ah, there we go. But the great thing is back in the day, it would take you a full day just to hit a level. And the reason I say that was so... What the crap? And the reason I say that was so cool back in the day was because of the fact that you got to know your character. You knew them well. And there was no... You know, you didn't skip. You just had to learn it. It's like you knew level 1, you knew level 2, you knew level 3. Whatever you were, you got it. Stay down, kitty. So you knew your spells, you had to learn everything pretty much. Whereas I know a lot of games now, you skip through so many levels that... God damn it, cat. I don't remember what these do. Tank, healer. Oh yeah, and the music was extremely sparse in this game. There would be, I think there's attack music, and I think that was about it. Luckily, eventually, they added a MP3 player, which was nice. The MP3 player, you could actually sit there and listen to some music, so that definitely helped. Well, I guess there's technically music playing now, but bear with me, folks. There was a lot of typing, because if I remember right, there wasn't even a I don't even remember how to bring up spells. Oh, that's crouch. Okay, we need to find Valhalla. Oh. Right there. Yeah, anytime you wanted to get a quest, you had to type out everything. So there was no easy way of they didn't just have the exclamation point above their head. Neat. This was actually added much later. Because when you first start playing it, there was no selecting what you got. You got what you got and you liked it. Okay, we'll go do this. Good old Farquaad. A little Shrek reference. I kind of like it. Ah! Neat. Holy crap. Look at all this. That was the first one, Everquest. That was the original game. Ruins of Cunark was the second. Scars of Valonius. Now with Ruins of Cunark, that's when Ixcar came along and whole new continent. Scars of Valonius, that was pretty cool. They had 3 different factions, and you had to figure out which one you wanted to go with, dwarfs, giants, or dragons. It was a huge expansion. Shadows of Luceland, that's when the moon got introduced, and the kitty cats. Plains of Power, that's when the game really started to go crazy, because then you could go to a place called... Well, first of all, before Plains of Power, if you wanted to travel anywhere, you either needed to find a druid or you had to run. Plains of Power introduced a thing called the Plane of Knowledge that had links to pretty much everywhere. Legacy of Yikishia, that's where the frogs came along. Lost Dungeons of Norath, good old LDON. That's where a lot of dungeons came along and really helped out groups. Gates of Discord, I really don't remember. Omens of War, Dragons of Norath, Depths of Dark Hollow, Prophecy of Rose, Serpent Spine, Buried Sea. That one was kind of fun because it had a pirate theme. Secrets of Fadewar, Seeds of Destruction, Underfoot, House of Thul, Veil of Alarius, Reign of Fear, Call of Forsaken, The Darkened Sea, The Broken Mirror, Empires of Cunark, Ring of Scale. Right about Buried Sea was about the time I think I quit playing seriously. So if you guys want to know anything, you're probably out of luck. Hire a mercenary and speak. Alright, well, I'll go get a mercenary. Now, mercenaries were basically added because of the fact that mercenaries were added because a lot of people were having trouble finding a group. And finding a group is kind of important in this game, and a lot of people didn't want to play as healers because at the time healers were pretty underpowered. Yes, yes. And since they were so underpowered, nobody would play them, and you kind of need to have a healer to survive in this game. I don't know if I can wear any of this stuff. Now, since I've got old characters, I do have quite a bit of junk. Can't even use that. Oh, gotta be level 30. Yeah, let's go kill some. Let's kill a rat. Oh, wait. Get quiet that. What's up, buddy? Now, when the game originally released, there wasn't even a quest window like there is now. You had to remember everything. I used to have a big folder dedicated to Everquest. And I'm telling you, I don't even remember how to open things. So, I mean, the game has definitely improved because a lot of this stuff's a lot easier than it once was. The funny thing is you can't tell it right now, but my... Oh, that's neat. Fingers are just going back to the keys that I used to have it set up as. So in between this episode and the next, I might actually rebind my keys. But right now I'm just telling stories, trying to remember things. And I think this is where the whole assessing the enemy came from. Because at one time, you know, you'd walk up to something, and again, it's much easier now, but at the time when this game was released, it would either tell you it looked like an even fight, looked below your level, or it's going to kill you. And the things that when it said it was going to kill you, it would kill you, because especially back in the day, you never really had a sense of overpowerment. You were weak and you were lucky to survive. Now you can actually do what's called twinking, and that's another thing I'll probably do between episodes. It's where you go and get stuff that's way, way, way out of your league as far as being able to use, like overpowered weapons and armor and stuff like that. And it made the game much, much easier. Of course, there was a time that it was really frowned upon by a lot of the purists. Me, I didn't care. If you were overpowered and you were in my group, we were kicking butt and we were liking it. Unless if you were running around kill stealing. That's a whole nother matter, pal. Oh, and kill stealing, like you see I'm beating on this rat here. If I seen somebody beating on this rat and then I come up and beat on it and I do more damage than they do, then I get the experience. They get nothing. So that was actually a problem back in the day. I'm sure it probably still is, but like at these low levels, it doesn't really matter much. But if you were waiting for a quest NPC to where you needed to kill somebody to get it, to get an item off of the NPC, then somebody comes along and just blasts your target to hell. Oh yeah, you would get ticked. Doubt it's that much of a problem anymore. especially at low levels, just because right now I'm running through and I'm just killing everything without a care in the world. But back in the day, it was usually you kill one, maybe two things, then you had to sit down for about 10 minutes. Oh yeah, I leveled up. Which is pretty commonplace nowadays, but at the time, it was kind of odd just because, well, actually, I guess the whole time along, it was always kind of a pain in the butt because, come on, nothing. Now, the cave bat. Okay, scrap what I just said, because I don't think I made any bit of sense. But, when the game came out, you would have to kill 2 or 3 things, set for a good 5 minutes, then get up, kill, rinse, repeat. And although it's really frowned upon now, at the time it was pretty cool just because since everybody was new to it, everybody wanted to group up. And you'd get in a group and you'd kill, set, and you'd talk. You'd get to know the people and you could discuss strategies. You could discuss, oh, hey, I know a better spot. Have you ever tried this? Have you ever tried this? Oh, whenever you're killing something, you need to make sure you cast this. You need to make sure you do this. So, everybody was pretty much learning as we went, and it was a really good time, really. I don't even know what I did there. Okay, let's see. Kill another bat and destroy the bat. And over the years playing this, I have made quite a few friends. Hi Paul, hi Jody, hi Austin, hi Jennifer. How you guys doing? Hope you guys are actually watching this. And, just became lifelong friends. I mean, it's been 5-6 years since I played it, and I actually went down and seen Paul and Jody not too long ago. I live a couple states away, but it was well worth going and seeing them. I don't get to see Austin and Jennifer that much just because they live way far away. Okay. I mean, we've formed friendships over sitting around talking about, oh, have you guys tried this? No, what's that? Well, have you tried this? Yes. Oh, yeah, that's fun. Oh, well, I know a better place to do that. And I need that, I think. Actually, wait a minute. So can I use that? Okay, I accrued something I can use. Yeah, just give me some pants on. Oh yeah, look at that pretty blue. Voila. There you are. Great, I just get the thing I just bought. Not even sure what this is. Infantry. I don't know where that's even at. Oh, northwest. Oh, there it is. Now, later levels, this does get a little more exciting as you're casting a buttload more spells. You're running around, you're trying to survive, you're trying to make sure everything stays good. But at these lower levels, yeah, it might not be so exciting to see. So much so that I'm even creating extra chat windows as we talk. Now, when the game originally released, the dang it, there was only one UI, and that was it. That was all you could use. So all of this crap right down here, that would all be in the same chat box as your group chat. So it was very, very easy to miss things. You'd be running around killing bad guys, and one of your party members would be left behind saying, "Hey, hold on, I gotta go to the bathroom real quick." He'd come back and they'd still be there. Great, my mark's gonna die. Well, maybe not. And back in the day, a fight like this, of course, was nothing. But if you were fighting dragons or you were fighting giants, there was all kinds of crazy mobs in the game to where the variety was absolutely insane. If you started out one side of the world, which hopefully I'll be able to show a couple of the original starting areas. Like this starting area is almost too much. It's everything compact. I mean, it is a great tutorial. A great tutorial area, I guess I should say. But when you originally start out, which actually if I ever kill this guy, I might. pop over there just to show it off real quick. If I ever kill this guy. Failures, maybe? Yeah, with the mercs, they made life so much easier because of the fact that right now I'm really not too worried about dying, even though I probably should be. But since... yeah, I think it ought to be alright. But with the merc, when they added the mercs, life became so much easier because before I probably would have already been dead by now. Just because I'm taking a butt ton of damage, and apparently I'm not doing too much because I don't think I have any offensive spells yet. I should probably go shopping for them. Because the only offensive spell I have now is Snare. I don't even have enough mana to cast it. And that was one of the great things about the old days was, unless if you went to a shop and found every spell, you didn't know what spells you got. And as the expansions started coming out, more and more spells were added. And as the spells were added, they would be different locations. Some you would have to quest for, some you could just buy, others you'd have to quest for. And it was just so cool because then you would have to, as soon as you'd log off, you'd go to Caster's Realm, that was the name of it. Find out, oh, well, apparently I need this spell. I didn't get this spell. Oh, and that sounds pretty important. So you get that spell, quest for it, or do whatever. So, I mean, it sounds cheesy to say a lifestyle, but it was a game that you really, really had to put a lot of effort in to get the most out of. And you could always tell who really put the effort in. Nothing, huh? And you could always tell who put the effort in because some people would just know so much about the game, whereas others would just, like me, would pretty much learn as you go along. And again, it was so cool because of the fact that you could... Okay. Yeah, we're going to check out one of the old spots. Just to kind of show that off. That, and I'm really only doing this for footage, so I need to remember that and quit actually playing the game. But it's fun because you would talk to people and they would tell you different things about the game. And when the game first came out, I mean, granted, it was a whole different... Type pick to see a list of all available pick zones, and more pick zones available automatically to fill up with adventurers. Neat. Okay, that used to be how you got out of here. Yeah, we'll go see what this says. Alright, now we're heading back to the... Well, I guess this isn't the original Norath. But we'll get there soon enough. I have so many great memories of this game. I remember playing all day, looking forward to having a day off of work just so I could sit and play the game and try to level up, try to get further on my trade skills, try doing this, try doing that. It was one of those games that you had all kinds of goals. I mean, if you wanted to trade skill all day, which I remember spending many a days just sitting there trade skilling, working on my cooking, working on alchemy, whatever it was, and then finding rare ingredients and getting super excited about it. And then, you know, the next day it'd be, oh, well, I want to level up a little bit. Then the next day, oh, I want to get, you know, a couple of alternate advancements or AA points. Next day it could be, oh, I want to finish this quest. There was so much to do, and or maybe check out a new zone, because I know there was a time that I actually tried to go back with one of my high level characters and just check out all the old zones that I never actually got to visit, because the original game, I believe the level cap was 50, and the highest level zones were 50. And then as the game went on, I believe now you can actually hit 110, I think. And I think I've got a level 98 character. That's as high as I ever got. But going back and checking out some of the old zones when I was just way too powerful just to, you know, run around and have a good time looking around, that was a blast. So I got to do that quite a bit. There was a lot of stuff that I got to do later in the game that I never would have been able to do the first time around. Now, the first time that I actually played this game, I played it for, I think, around a year. Maybe not quite a year. But I played it long enough that I hit level 26. No, I hit level 34, I think was my top character at the time. So that ought to give you an idea. And keep it... Oh, crap. Really? Now I gotta remember where the thing's at, because apparently it's not gonna give me the map that I need. What the hell is this? Neat. I may die because I do not remember where to go. Oh, maybe that's it. Now, when the game originally released, when I say they dropped you in and you had no clue what was going on, oh boy, I need to get to that book. I mean, you had no clue what was going on, because there were no maps, there was no compass. You had one button that could help you out, and that was sense direction. And sense direction would give you a general idea of what direction you were going. But unless if you had maps, you weren't finding your way anywhere. And they've since made it a lot easier, because when you first started, you would have 0 sense heading. And let's see. This is what it would do. You think you are heading west. Now, when the game first came out, you started with 0 sense heading, and that basically meant you would hit that button and you had a 1 out of 100 chance of it actually telling you which way you're going. So that was a little rough. So I don't know if they ever put in a place to the bazaar. Pretty sure there's an easy way to get there. I don't remember. Yeah, we're gonna go check out the bazaar real quick, see how bizarre it's become. So you would work on sense heading, and one of the little tricks, I guess you would say, was you would set it up to where every time you turned, it would give you a general ideal. Every time you turned, it would activate sense heading to where after a long time, and keep in mind it was maxed out at 5 per level. And 5 per level basically meant at level 1 your best chance was 5 in 100 of getting the right direction. So you had to hit level 20 before you would know exactly what direction you were going at any time. And if you're running from somebody, that's, you know, not a whole lot of help. The good old bazaar. Man, listen to that funky beat. Whoa, 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 what we got here? Okay. It's been a while, folks.
6 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Alright folks, I'm going to do some shopping, get a little get a little bit of twinkage action going, and then next episode hopefully I will be able to kill stuff faster, and I'll download some maps and hopefully be a little more organized. So till next time, this is Big T saying be safe, have fun, and give some of these old games a shot.